Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the fourth edition of the special show, Angels and Auras. I'm Relly Valentine. This is my co-host, Dougal Fraser. Say hello, Dougal.
Hi, everybody.
Yay. And so if you're watching this, you know that it is Halloween, but even more importantly, it is drop day for Angels and Auras Oracle cards.
Woo!
So I think Dougal knows that one of the things that I do is that I always I order my own product so that I know when it actually lands in people's hands. So here it is, right? Here it is. Now, if I open this and it's dish detergent, that's not good, right? But it isn't. It's Angels and Auras Oracle cards. Yay, there they are. Here is your special way. If you want to get this out of its vacuum pack, you go like this. One of these little puppies.
Oh, fancy.
It works. It usually works. See, look. Zoop. And it's open and you don't have to worry about it.
Now, Rad, did you only buy one copy?
I only bought one copy. Dougal bought 5,000 copies.
I bought two so far. No, and then I bought another one today. I have an issue.
Yeah, well, that's not today's show to discuss.
We only have 45 minutes.
We only have 45 minutes, right? We can't do that. But yes, they are here. So thanks so much. We are asking very humbly that if you would please, if you get your deck and you love it, please go to Amazon and tell them you love it. Because it's very important that the first reviews be super stellar. And so it really does make a difference. So if you can be one of those stellar reviews, we love you to pieces. Hi, Mastermind Denver, people who actually got the card deck early. How are you guys?
Your videos were so fun, and your pictures that you were texting me, I was having total FOMO. You guys look like you were having a great time.
It was amazing. I think it was absolutely one of my favorite groups ever. They were it was just great. It was super great and fun and poignant, and they were big talkers. But speaking of big talkers, we have lots to talk about. We do. So when last we left Angels and Auras podcast, we were talking about the meanings and the colors and the symbolism of every card, and we got through card number 29. Oh, and they did love the Haniel deck, but you know what happened.
So I did see what happened.
I'm just saying. So today we are starting with card number 30, and it is Point of View. And so here we have the same person back to back showing two different kinds of points of view about something that has happened in their life. And so we wanted this whole element of you could be this person or you can be this person about anything that happens in your life. You can be in a place of worry and fear and concern, or you can be in a place of gratitude, knowing that somehow, some way, somewhere, the best things are going to happen, but no matter how it feels at this particular moment. We have our feather for the card for our, what do you call them? Angel Whisper. Angel Whisper is an angel feather, and the card upside right says gratitude, assistance, guidance, and understanding. And we're playing with turquoise and white, aren't we, Dougal?
Yeah, so we're playing with turquoise with white. Again, white is all about clarity. You're going to hear me say this over and over and over again. So if point of view is you're stuck recognizing whether or not there's beauty or opportunity or a challenge or whatever it is, you always want to go to white because it's like the universe turning on a light bulb. It's your guardian angel turning on a light bulb and saying, we can see this clearly, we can see this differently. Now, the turquoise color is all about forgiveness. So often when we are stuck in a rut, it's because we haven't practiced the act of forgiveness. Imperative to remember that forgiveness is not about the act in itself. Forgiveness is about freedom and moving forward and shifting your point of view.
Right. And if it's upside down, what do we got?
So for the shadow messages, we've got oblivious, separate, dispassionate, and ignorance. Remember, again, with the shadow message, this is not necessarily exactly where you are, but where you could be if you don't change your point of view. So this to me is kind of like a sobering message of let's make sure that we feel connected. Let's make sure that we open our eyes. Let's make sure that we see things differently. I really think there's a beauty in this card too. It's a very peaceful card to me. I like that looking up to the light, something we all strive for.
Right. Absolutely. Next up, we have a very popular card, at least in Denver it was. It is
It's so
Reality
pretty.
Check. It's
Yeah.
Reality Check. And so we have a unicorn with a rainbow horn on it. We have, as our angel whisper, we have a white butterfly. Unicorns are magical creatures said to be full of purity. The card talks about assessment, exploration, honesty, and determination. And what are our colors here?
Our colors here are orange and green. One of the things I love about this color is that the landscape is sort of this magical, mystical, location where I think a lot of us live in the spiritual and self-help world. But the reality check is to make sure that we are grounded into the third dimension as well. So we want to use orange because it's the color of balance. It's the combination of psychology and spirituality. We also want to use green here because it's a color of communication, it's a color of expression, it's a color of vitality, it's getting us into the world. The first act of really grounding something is often the sound of how we deliver it to the universe. But I think this card is so, so beautiful. And our angel whisper is the butterfly, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the shadow message is indifference, inactive, misguided, and unmotivated. So I think the message there is if you do not have a reality check, if you are not grounded into reality, these are the things that can sort of manifest in your life.
That's right. But be the unicorn. Be the unicorn.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have a card. I think this one took us a couple of times.
It did.
It did. And so it's called Renewed Connections. Renewed Connections. And so here we have all these different versions of ways that we can communicate. We can communicate through music, we can communicate through the written word, through angel numbers, through chat, through mail or email, or communicating from the heart.
Yeah.
And this card, the angel whisper, is the number 4 on the screen. I don't know if I can get that where you can see it, but anyway. And it says reunion, reconciliation, intimacy, and forgiveness.
Yeah. I love this card because it's also about messages from the other side as well. The universe, sort of people reaching out to you, wanting to deliver a message in the different ways that they can sort of connect with you. Our color activation cards, again, are orange and green. Orange being the color of balance, the color of intuition. Green literally being a color that's represented with communication. Our shadow messages here, I don't have my glasses on, are isolated, estranged, separation, and grudge. So when we think of renewed connections with the shadow message here, if you are not communicating to someone, if you have not initiated contact, if you are not reaching out, these are some of the things that could swell up emotionally for you. So sometimes we take the higher road. Sometimes as light workers, we're the ones that say, I miss you. I want to reach out to you again. I want to connect to you. However you choose to do that, renewed connections tend to bring more light and peace into our life.
Right. Next up, one of the favorites from the deck as well, certainly one of our favorites, is See the Humor. And so this was our take on dogs playing poker. I don't know if you remember that ridiculous painting. It was very often on black velvet. It looks ridiculous. It's a bunch of dogs. I remember there's a bulldog, I think, and they're all playing poker.
Typically featured at a lovely highway side hotel that you may be staying at for just an evening.
Right. And would smell like a highway hotel. Right. Yeah. So with See the Humor, what we did was we took one of Dougal's dogs, Bernie, who is passed over now. And this is Faith, my newest baby doll. And Bernie is giving Faith a reading using Angel Wisdom Tarot cards. So nice, big, fun Easter egg there. And we have them sitting under a bright light, indicating that we are shining a light on the situation. See the humor. This is a card that really does say it's like no matter what is happening in your life, look for the humor in the situation. Upside right, we have levity and perspective and wisdom and being playful.
And I just have to say, Bernie had just passed when we were working on this card, and I think I sent it back to Brooke 3 times because I felt like she hadn't quite captured it at first. And this was just my trauma. I was still working on it, but it's so beautiful.
You wanted it to be perfect.
So sweet. So the shadow message is serious, perspective, negativity, and grumpy. Our color activations here are green and light green. Whenever I see people giggling, anytime I see people giggling, it is shades and shades of green all around them. So green and light green, seeing the humor, raising the vibration. This card will always make me giggle. If you can see Chloe, the center card closely, I think the center card, was it the Ace of Cups that had a black cat on it? We tried to put that in there. Or you're muted, brother. You're muted.
Sorry. It's the Queen of Fire. Yes,
that's what it was.
She has a black cat.
Yeah, just to keep the humor going.
Just the humor. Yeah, it's 2 dogs getting a reading from a cat, right? Right. Exactly. So from the shadow side, we've got seriousness, perspective, negativity, and grumpiness.
Yeah.
So next up, in all the decks that I work on, I always try to make sure that there is a deck that talks about self-employment, because it's something that people really do care a lot about, whether it is the person that is giving the readings or those of us that are in the intuitive world, or people who come to us. There's very much of a concern about the whole concept of self-employment. Do I or do I not? And so here we have these golden wings and these birds representing the idea of taking flight. We have a dove up here, which is our angel whisper. And the card talks about commitment, resourceful, confident, and rewarding.
Yeah. We also have the whole image literally of spread your wings. You can do it. The universe supports you. You can fly. You can do it on your own. Now, very much featured here in the color activation are gold and purple. Gold, obviously, in the wings, because 90% of the time when I see gold in someone's aura, maybe even higher than that, they're typically self-employed, at least have a side hustle or trying to do something on their own. It's a fiercely independent color. So we have gold and purple on the color activation, because gold, self-employment, independence, turning your vision into reality. Purple, living your destiny, trusting yourself, being completely connected to your path. Now, the shadow message here is tentative, limited, timid, and drudgery. This is a great example of a shadow message. Not necessarily a bad thing, but are you afraid to be self-employed? Are you feeling timid about it? Are you dragging your feet? All of these things hold you back from the vision that you want to create. So purple and gold will help you move forward, spread your wings. You can do it.
Yep. People are asking about the birds. So at the top, we have a dove that represents the angels. Down below, we have a bunting and a bluebird. Bluebirds are about happiness and joyful, the bluebird of happiness. Buntings are said to be beautiful and said to be one of the most beautiful songs of all birds. So
and birds in general are messengers. So you see it as, messengers.
That's right.
I like the next one too.
So next up, we have self-respect and worthiness. Self-respect and worthiness. And so this card has a woman that is looking into a mirror. She's been doing some mirror work. Either that or she's just been eliminated from RuPaul's Drag Race. But I don't think that's what that is. I think that it is totally that she's doing.
You should have had it lipstick.
Written in a lipstick, right. And it says, angel, leader, brilliant, confident, worthy, beautiful, loved, queen, and superstar.
Yeah.
And the card talks about self-worth, affirmations, independence, and being motivated.
Yeah. So the color activation here is pink and purple. Pink we've talked about before as the color of unconditional love, seeing yourself the way the universe and the angels see you, perfect as you are in the moment. It helps us release all critical or negative thoughts. Purple again, infusing that leadership. You're on the right path. You are doing the right thing. If we go into the inverted message or the shadow message, it's insecure, critical, codependent, and indifferent. Codependent was a word we really, when it comes to self-respect and worthiness, are you giving your power away? Are you attached to someone else? Codependency can be a big part of that. But again, things to make sure to keep an eye on when it's involved with self-respect and worthiness.
Right, right. So super important, shower of prosperity. We always have to, we got to have prosperity, right? Got to have that. And so here we have a card that is this beautiful big purple chest, and money is falling from the sky in all various forms of denominations and different kinds of money. And it says wealth and opportunity, success and manifestations. Our angel whisper is a penny from heaven, mixed in with all of the other coins. Easy to miss, but it's there. And their colors are not purple and gold. They are
gold and green.
Okay.
So gold, again, featured mainly in the card itself, turning your vision into reality. It's abundance of everything. It's not just necessarily about financial abundance, but it's just abundance of experience. It's abundance of everything. Green is always connected to the law of attraction. The clearer you express yourself on the planet, the faster you will manifest whatever your heart's desire is. The shadow or inverted message is missed opportunities, unmotivated, stubborn, or lack.
37, soul groups. Soul groups. This was a nominee for the back of the card. Was it also the cover or just the back of the card?
I think just the back, but maybe the cover. I can't remember.
I think it was just a nominee for the back of the card.
This has come up a lot in this program. Every time we do readings and there's been someone asking about mediumship, soul groups has come up multiple times.
It has. It absolutely has. And so we have a rainbow of hearts here, all connected by angel whisper white feathers, indicating the diversity of people that wind up in a soul group. We are not all the same. If we were all exactly the same, there would be absolutely nothing for us to learn from one another, and we'd be bored with each other and we'd just walk away. And so the card says messages and reunion and connection and validation.
Yeah. So the color activation here is red and green. Red being the emotional exchange we have with the planet. It represents emotions. It's the energy exchange we have people and loved ones in our life. Green, once again, traditional communication, the way that we connect with people. The shadow message here is loneliness, emptiness, overlooking, misunderstood. So again, the shadow message helps you sort of check in with your soul group relationships. Are you feeling this way with them? If so, something needs to change, or maybe we need to move on.
Next up, we have spirit relationships. Spirit relationships. And so here we have this beautiful young woman that has a diamond in the middle of her forehead, reflecting the whole third eye concept. She is in this place of deep meditation, you can tell, and there is a white butterfly as our angel whisper for this particular image. It talks about intuition and connection and signs and inspiration. Oh my.
There's one color that I teach about a lot. It's hard to sort of describe it. I call it diamond light. And so the diamond in the center of the forebrain there is about our connection to other universes. It's multiple colors. It's the way we receive information. It activates the third eye. So think of spirit relationships as sort of waking up that connection, the medium that's in all of us, connecting to your guides, connecting to your angels, connecting to ascended masters, and all that good stuff. Our color activation colors here are purple and green. Purple, once again, leadership, feeling connected to destiny. Green being a color of communication. When it comes to spirit relationships, we want you to receive your own information. We want you to channel your own messages. So those are really good colors to do that. The inverted or shadow message is blocked, disconnected, burnout, and scared. Burnout's a big one. A lot of us in this program in particular are really doing spiritual work. Connecting and hearing things are not necessarily the issue, but are you taking care of yourself? Are you practicing self-care so that you don't have burnout, right? Really important that our third eye is not bloodshot.
There you go. That's right. So next up, this card took a couple of drafts, but it's called Spiritual Adventure. Spiritual Adventure. So here you have a woman that is sight impaired, but that isn't keeping her from going on a spiritual adventure. And so she has her guardian angel with her. The guardian angel is slightly opaque, as is the guardian angel's luggage. So you can tell that he is on this journey with her no matter where they are about to go. The angel whisper here is the angel himself, right? And the words are travel.
Not much of a whisper. It's more of a shout.
It's more of a yell. Yeah, this was an angel yell. And so it's travel, education, experience, and inspiration.
One of the things I love about this card, and Radley and I really talked a long time about this, is if you look at her expression, she's really peacefully relaxed.
Yes. Right.
So here's an image of someone who you might think, oh, on a train, going somewhere, having a challenge that might cause anxiety. No. This is an adventure. This is fun. Right. This is out in the world and completely thriving with connection with her guardian angel guiding her the entire way. And I just find that really beautiful. Our color activation here is green and orange. Green, movement of energy, expression, that levity that I was talking about. Orange, still coming at it from a completely balanced state of mind, that combination of psychology and spirituality. When we are balanced, we have adventure. The shadow lesson or message is routine, limitation, mundane, and boredom. So the idea here is nothing can hold us back. Thrive, have adventure, bring your angels with you. You will always be safe and have a good time.
Great. So next up is a card called the Power of Prayer. You may have seen this card. Dougal and I had the great honor of being on Good Day LA. When was it? I know.
A few centuries ago.
Centuries or day before yesterday, I don't know. But we were on Good Day LA. This is the card that came up as the one that we wanted to, that came up as the message from the angels. It's the power of prayer. We have on this particular card all these different belief systems, all that are religious, all these different belief systems. The card has silver and gold for the hands to talk about yin and yang, the different sides of our intuition. And the card talks about surrender and believing and affirming and releasing.
I love this card. I was so excited when you picked it. I find this card to be really balancing and really lovely. I love that on the gold hand, that bracelet is in silver, and on the silver hand, the bracelet is in gold. All of these symbols of balance, all of these symbols that we come from the same place. We may express it differently, but energetically, we are all the same. Color activation here are rainbow and white. Rainbow, again, encompassing all color, all belief systems, every pathway, every way of life. White echoes that sentiment again with clarity and waking up our energy and being able to see everything as clearly as possible. Now, the shadow message of the power of prayer is resistance, doubt, deny, or attachment. So once again, with the shadow message, if we're not praying, if we're not seeking clarity, we can lean into these things. And so it's a wake-up call to lean into prayer to make sure that we're getting all the messages and information that we need. Love this card. One of my favorites.
Yes. So next up is card 41. It is time to go. Time to go. We have some luggage here that is all ready to go. The passport is sitting on the table beside it. The door is open. The angel whispers are the number 4 on the door, if you can see that, and that there are angel wings on the luggage, meaning that this is now my desired luggage to find if I can find it someplace. Also a reminder for me personally that I accidentally let my passport expire during a pandemic, and that could start to turn into a problem. I need to get my passport updated. Yes. The message says transformation, completion, confirmation, and exit. When things are over, when it's time to go, it can be a wonderful, fabulous thing.
Yeah. And notice how Brooke captured the light outside of the door,
yes,
right? Like it's pulling you. It's sort of blurry a little bit. It's that God light, like time to go into, not necessarily sure. We don't always know, but we know that the path is well lit for us. Our color activations here are orange and purple. Orange, once again, balance. If things are out of balance, we need to move. We need to change energy. We need to change locations, both emotionally or physically. Purple being this is the time, you are on the right path, doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy, but this is the right time to do it. The shadow message when inverted is stagnation, wandering, questioning, dead end. Time to go.
Next up, we have card number 42. Yes, wise decision. So whenever I have a deck, I test it in various different ways. Dougal and I made little pieces of paper. Thank you, David, for your help in that. And then we would use those because it would just say, what does the image look like? It was just print. And then once we kind of got it finalized, we had mock-ups made. So we're always testing. But to me, it is a point of importance that when I get the deck, of my first copy of the actual real deck to pull a card, this was the card that I pulled for myself, was Wise Decision. So here we have a chorus of angels that are here to applaud the choices that you have made. The angels, again, are an angel, a yell rather than whisper, I suppose. And it says, accurate, brilliant, organized, and validated. You are validated. And you'll notice people in this image that represent clearly other religious belief systems. And that's because angels are one of the few things that cross over almost all religious belief systems.
One of the things I love about this image is there are times in a reading when, you may have heard me say this before, where I hear thunderous applause. And I used to say it's like a symposium or a stadium filled with people. It's the universe cheering you on. And so when you get the card, you'll see they keep going back and back and back and back and back and fading. It's not just what you can picture. They keep going back and back and back. So it's just this idea that there's so much support energetically out there, and the doors are so wide open. So when the doors are so wide open, our color activations are black and white, literally yin and yang, all things in between, representing all color, every spectrum, every belief system, every way of life. The doors are completely wide open. The shadow message here is misinformed, rethink, disarray, and overlooked. Wise decision. She did such a good job on this card.
She did such a good job on all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So next up is You're Ready. Dougal and I call this Hot Dad card. This is Hot Dad.
It was either, do we call it You're Ready or Hot Dad card?
Yeah, exactly. Hot Dad card. So we loved this because it's You're Ready. So what we got here is Hot Dad, and he is putting together a bicycle for his kid, and he is taking off the training wheels.
Yeah.
He's removing the training wheels from the bike, indicating that in his viewpoint, his kid is ready. He's ready. Mm-hmm. The angel whisper, he's got an angel wing tattoo on here, and he has all the tools that he needs lying around to help him to be able to help his kid go on the next big adventure. It talks about momentum, validation, encouragement, and preparedness.
Yeah, so the color activation here is gold and blue, which is kind of interesting because I think a lot of us can relate to this. Gold being the side of us that feels confident, that sees that vision so clearly. Blue oftentimes can invoke fear or allows us to see our fear and our self-doubt. So how is it in a moment that we can feel completely confident and doubtful at the same time? Just because you have that back and forth in your brain does not mean you're not ready. You are ready. You can be two things at once. You can observe that fear, step through it with that gold, confident voice. And I just love the training wheels. Also kind of reminds me of students, right? Where you've done the certification program, you've bought all the decks, you've brought all the books, you're ready, you can do it. And so it's a loving nod of us sort of also like, you can ride on your own, you can make this happen. Mm-hmm. The shadow message, stagnation, insecure, unsupported, and unplanned. You're ready.
And finally, card number 44, which is Your Desires Are Within Reach. Your desires are within reach. I think the angel whisper is quite clear. But we have a woman here who is excited, celebratory, absolutely in a place of receiving and gratitude for the fact that her desires are within reach. It talks about faith and patience and excitement and relief.
You know, we had an interesting observation in a podcast interview. We were on a podcast called Merhipsy. It's by Zoe Greco. And I didn't even notice this, but she pointed out that this was the first time she had seen someone that reminded her of her mom, like a different age bracket of a person featured in the card. And I thought that was so interesting that she pointed that out. But this is just someone like feeling their power, like reaching their arms out, feeling connected to the universe, like doing what they want to do, feeling seen, feeling validated, all of those good things. Our color activation is pink and red, pink being about self-love, red being about that expression and energy exchange with other people. You want to thrive, you want passion, you want connection, your desires are within reach. The shadow message of this card is disbelief, stubbornness, apathy, anxiety. So once again, with the shadow message, if you're leaning into self-doubt, if you're not moving forward, you may start to experience these things. So it's the universe sort of checking in with you and saying, you can do this. Things are not outside of your reach. They're going to manifest for you.
Right. So there you have it. That's all 44 cards. If you have missed the other 2 episodes where we went through all 44 cards, don't go back and watch it so that you'll have the entire story about all 44 of these cards. So now I think we're going to do some readings, right, Dougal?
Let's do it.
Okay, and here they come. Boom, and they're here.
Oh.
So just to make sure that you understand that it's like one question. We're going to try to get as many people as we can. So please, oh my God, some of these, oh my God, Vanessa and Preeti and Cindy. Okay, so the Halloween people here. Oh, and I do have to say this. So, yay team! Last night, in the wee hours, my niece had twins.
That's right. I'm sorry,
Yes.
we should have started the show with that. Congratulations.
Yes, she had twins. We're very excited about it. This is a weirdness that's happening in my family through the women of the family. For these twins, their great grandmother was Scorpio with Capricorn rising. That was their great great grandmother. Their great grandmother was Scorpio with Capricorn rising. Their grandmother was Capricorn with Scorpio rising. Their mother is Scorpio with Capricorn with Scorpio rising. And now the twins are Scorpios, and I don't have their exact times yet, but I'm just on pins and needles to see if they followed the tradition. So it's super cool.
Sweet. Congratulations.
Yes. So it looks like we have Michelle up.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm anxiously waiting for my deck. I have a question about, I'm having a lot of anxiety about an event that's coming up, and I can't place where the anxiety is really coming from. So maybe if we could pull a card.
Well, it's funny because the first card that I pulled for you is You're Ready. Michelle, I can spot a people pleaser from a mile away because we are of the same cloth, my love.
Yeah.
It's people pleasing. You have done so much already energetically above and beyond the call of duty. At this point, I think it's not just you're ready, but it's ready. It's kind of like you have to cut the cord and let it do what it's going to do. But energetically, your heart feels really clear to me, but I feel that people pleaser energy from a mile away.
Right, exactly. And not only that, she's wearing the same color as Hot Dad.
You're right.
She's wearing the same color as Hot Dad. But the card I pulled for her was career transition.
Oh, that's interesting.
So if that has something to do with her concerns, change, excitement, opportunity, and advancement, a big change coming up. Okay. Cindy.
Hi.
Hi.
So I haven't gotten my deck yet, but the Amazon says it's on its way, so I can hardly wait. And I would just like a general reading for today or this week, please.
You cannot make this stuff. I swear I shuffled.
Sure you did.
I did. It's in my contract. I have to shuffle.
That's true.
So you go, Rad.
I got Shower of Prosperity.
Well, now I have to know, Cindy. So are you thinking of doing something self-employment wise? Are you thinking of a new venture? Because that's 2 double whammies there.
I am actually. Okay. Yes,
good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you're ready and go collect that money is basically the message. All right, just to prove that I'm shuffling. Okay.
Hey, it's so great to see you guys. And I just literally, while you guys were talking, got my deck. I'm so happy.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
So quickly, my day job, recently took in this huge account. I got a raise, I got a promotion, woohoo. But it's taken me off the path of what I want to do, which is self-employment, teaching, that type of thing. Am I going to get back to that? Or maybe I'm supposed to be doing this. I don't know.
So I got law of attraction. Okay. So it's I think it's very much about how you viewpoint it and whether or not you stay on cue about what it is that you want. Sometimes we don't know what we want. Sometimes we think we know what we want, but we don't know what we want. And so it becomes very important for us to be in a space of, I'm going to trust that the right things are happening at the right moment. You having this wonderful opportunity that has shown up for you is not in some way a block to what you want, but it might be an I'm getting like refilling the coffers before you take a different risk.
I think it's interesting that I selected be the real you in the shadow position, right? So we have the image of the person stripping off the corporate self, standing in their light. Carrie, immediately I see pink whenever I hear the sound of your voice. So I do think there's a part of you that's still worrying about whether or not it's going to work and all of these things. The important thing to remember is that abundance is coming to you no matter what. Not attachment to which way it's coming, but at some point you will be able to shred sort of the corporate self and step into the most authentic real you. But that's immediately what I picked, which I thought was interesting.
Okay. Oh, meow. Hi, Starfire.
Yeah, hello. Oh, it's so wonderful to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too. How can we help you?
I would just love a general reading, I guess.
You want to start, Red?
Yeah, I got perfect timing.
Ooh.
So this is a card that talks about auspiciousness and clockwork and planning and patience. So something that you've been working on, been patient about, you've been planning for a long time. This is the right moment. The moment is here. The moment is now.
Interesting message again with gold, self-employment, shadow side inverted. So if you've been hesitating being self-employed or waiting for the perfect time, the universe is saying it's now the time to go for it. So again, let's talk about shadow message, tentative, limited, timid, drudgery. We want to push through that. You can do it.
Yeah. Exactly. So hi, Regine.
Hi, great. I've got a question. I have had pain in my legs for a long time, and I think it's kind of connected with my spiritual work. That's not yet, I don't know.
Just pain or edema as well? Do you have swelling as well?
In the knee, yes, I have.
Yeah. So first of all, the first color card that I get is Uriel and gold. And Regine, you have incredibly powerful energy. And part of gold is this sort of provider energy that people look to you for information. They look to you for support. They look to you for guidance. And I wonder if some of the pain and some of the swelling is not being able to let go of that stuff. So you might want to journal write or write down other people's concerns that you've heard about, get it out on paper, get it outside of yourself, because it doesn't all feel like yours was kind of the hit that I was getting connected to that. Rad?
Yeah, I have angels are watching over you. So it's meant to be this message of, even though this is like something that worries you, that makes you feel concerned, that makes you feel sort of like this young lady here. It's like, oh my God, the angels are watching over you. It makes me want to also bring in Raphael for obvious reasons. I'm sure you know Raphael is the archangel of physical healing. But I love that you picked a card with Uriel that's gold, and you are wearing a gold scarf.
Yeah, which I believe had chants on them, I think. But yeah, going to meditation is good too. Okay. Oh, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Oh, hey, Joe.
Hey. So for the last 2 weeks or so, I've had a lot happen with body, mind, and spirit, body things going on, information come in, and I just want to get a sense of what you are getting, because I pulled various cards from other decks, and I'm curious what you are getting from that.
So the card that I pulled was to have confidence. So I get exactly what you're talking about. I was just home with the 3 people in the world that I love more than anybody else other than my husband and Dougal and David and Mooney, but let's not go on a long list here. So it's like, and one of the things that we're all talking about is, oh God, it's like, why are our bodies starting to fall apart? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? And I think it's really important to stay in a place of positivity about it. We have to address those things when they show up for us, and not, rather than like just wallowing in it, we have to like go after it. So it's like, I need to get back to the gym, and so do some of my brothers, and so does my husband. It's a long list of people, but it's like, we have to hit it hard on, and we have to have confidence about it.
And so, Joe, I pilled Michael blue. So wisdom, studying, dissecting, too much in the mental body, not enough in the physical body. So sometimes we complain about aches and pains, right? But it's also the body saying, can you get up and move? Can you drink some water? Can you get out and get it some sunlight and just be in the body for a while? It is so common in the spiritual tradition that we are sort of leaving our body, that I think the message for you right now is, you've been doing all of this sort of contemplating and soul searching, which is great, but let's play, let's move the body, let's get some energy out.
Yeah, agreed. Oh, it's Sister Cindy.
Sister Cindy, a holy roller. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, I love your cards.
Oh.
I want a poster of number 33 with the dogs.
We both need
Bless
that
you.
poster.
See what I did there, Cindy? Bless you.
See what she did. Yes.
I'm wondering about moving to another state to be closer to my sister.
Okay.
And she
on its own. Wise decision. I shoveled, I swear.
Yep.
You can't make this stuff up.
You can't make that stuff up, and that is really weird to go on. You know why?
Oh yeah. You're right.
That is really weird. So evolution is the card that I pulled. So I think that it's really good for you to make this move. It's good for your spiritual evolution. The card talks about empowerment and transformation, protected and preparedness. So it's a really good, energetic thing for you to do for yourself.
Yeah.
Hi, Victoria.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm just in a real transition in my life and just trying to like start over. I guess just wanted to see what Reed came up with regarding that.
Yeah. So I got see the humor, but it's inverted. So I think it's it talks about being too serious, or too being in a perspective that's not working for you, maybe being negative about it. It's like trying to turn that frown upside down and not be in a place of like worry and anxiety about every aspect of this. Look for the ways in which such a change would be good for you. Ask the angels. It's like, show me the signs, show me the reason, show me the stuff. I need to know why this is good for me, so that I can feel it, and therefore law of attraction it into my life in a way that is positive.
Victoria, I got abundance in the inverted shadow message. So the shadow messages are doubt, pessimism, mundane, and misfortune. I know I don't know you, but you didn't feel like yourself today. And I also wondered if you're hanging out with a lot of negative Nancys, if there are some people who are placing negative thoughts that's sort of affecting your perspective as well. Because I just get the sense that I want to like take the cosmic glasses off, like clean the lenses and put them back on so you can see clearly again. So if you need to pull away from people in order to see the abundance again, to feel positive about the direction that things are going, I would definitely do that. Yeah, but it feels like there's some influence that's sort of getting in your head, because normally you're pretty optimistic and outgoing, and you move energy. So you might just need some time alone. Okay. Okay. I think that's it, right?
Oh, it must be. Oh, because it's 2:44.
Right.
It's 2:44.
You're the host.
I'm the host. Okay, so right, focus. My focus is distracted today because I just came through the airport. I literally came straight from the airport from Denver and ran in the house, loved on my girls, and sat down and did this. So it's like, anyway.
I bow to you. I would never have done it.
So you guys, it's so glad to have been here. It's been so much fun doing this for the last 4 weeks. Don't forget all of the rest of the special things you got. If you signed up for the special things by pre-ordering, you still have a few hours to pre-order. If you are seeing this on YouTube after the fact, so remember that. You can go to aaoracle.com. In the meantime, We did it.
We did it. And thanks for letting me crash your party for 4 weeks. I appreciate being here.
Do you want to crash it for another 4 weeks?
I mean, don't beg. Careful what you ask for.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much.